Man, the thing is, I know when I was in Detroit, I was like actively, like I was selling, I was like recording my own music, selling my CDs around high school. I had like a new CD every semester, you know what I'm saying? And I was battle rapping, I was like doing all I could. I went to the radio station, and the radio station in Detroit at the time had a show called the Friday Night Cypher. And the Friday Night Cypher was like where MCs would like come together, they battle each other, whoever would win would get to rap on air, right? So then you get to rap like a verse on air every week. So I did that. As soon as I turned 16, I got my first car because my grandma had a stroke. So it ended up being my grandma's car. And it was like a bittersweet thing. But anyway, I did this show every week, and that taught me how to rap like under pressure. You know what I'm saying? It taught me how to like, it sharpened my skills because I would have to write a new verse every single week. And the only reason I did the radio show is because I was trying to start selling my CDs at other high schools because you can only sell it to so many people, you know what I mean? For like $5 a pop. You know, so like I was just on a grind, being active in any way I could, trying to like be popping in my city, you know what I mean? So what's crazy is though, when I met Ye at the station, it was a station I had been going to every Friday. So that was, I had relationships there. So I was able to get in the station, you know what I mean? Then I lied and said I left my phone there because I was just there the day before. But I finessed my way back there. And then on top of that, you know, if I hadn't been having them CDs selling to school all the time, I wouldn't have had music to give him. Because right after I rapped for him, he was like, "You got some music?" I was like, "Yeah." So the point being, it's just like whenever you do the right thing in your life, whenever you follow your heart, you never know like where it's heading, where it's taking you, but you always get that defining moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really truly about it, you know, and I'm not talking about just music, it could be like a lawyer, you know, this or that, school, whatever your passion is, because everybody ain't supposed to be a rapper, man. We clearly know that. You know, some people, and there are jobs behind the scenes that make more money than rappers. You know what I mean? Like my business manager sits at home and collects, you know, checks from me, and he don't even be doing shit. I be doing that. You know, he makes sure my bills is paid and this and that. But point is, you know, I always tell people, like, you know, I'm the last person to get paid. I got like 15 people who work for me, including like a lawyer, a business manager, another manager, a day-to-day manager, a tour manager, you know, my band, my DJ, my videography, security, all these people, and they all get paid first. You know what I mean? I'm the last one to get paid. And it's just like, I always tell people like, man, I wish I would have went to school so I could have been my own lawyer, my own accountant, my business manager, you know what I mean? But my advice is just do what makes you happy and try and be as active as you can. Don't be lazy, you know what I mean? And don't sit and be frustrated that things aren't happening, because you just gotta make them happen. You just gotta find the right way. And it's also, it's like, I'm a firm believer. I still am my own boss, even though I'm signed to a label, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of, you know, paper I make that comes straight to me that I go through. I pay for a lot of my own videos away from the label, you know. Just like with the I Know video I did with Janae, I paid for that. And with the, you know, Play No Games video, I paid for that, you know what I'm saying? And just because of me, not because, you know, I didn't even ask my label, because I do want to stand strong independently on my own as an artist and not always be asking for stuff, you know what I'm saying? But the point is, it's just like a label is the best way to go. My label, Def Jam, is the best label, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just far as like, they're a classic brand. It was the first rap label, you know what I mean? I feel like they got the best radio team. I feel like they got the best, they just do the best job. If you give them your best, they'll do the best. So I'm a firm believer of like I'm a firm believer of major labels. But things are changing, I can say that. I can say things are changing. We see that record sales are changing, things are changing, you know what I mean? How people get music, people download it for free, Spotify, you know what I mean? Things are changing, so I can say that. And I feel like the labels have to figure out, anybody else work hard for what we got, you know? And it's just like, so it means so much when people like you, you know, for an artist, if you really like an artist, you should support them and buy their albums, you know? I know it seems like it's like, man, this shit ain't gonna hurt if I download it, but it really hurts, you know, the less albums you sell, the more the label will be like falling off your project, like, oh, we ain't gonna put that video out, or oh no, people not responding to you, when really you got a crazy fan base, you know what I'm saying? So it's really important. I'm not just saying that for me, like, if you like you know, Chris Brown or Janae Aiko or me or Drake or like, you know, whoever. It's just like, you know, support the people you love because it shows tremendously. And like people, you know, if you want to keep seeing that artist like survive and keep getting music from, you know, definitely. I mean, I built a studio in my crib. It was the best decision I ever made, you know what I mean? Instead of like going to buy like a Lambo or something, I like put it all invested in myself. You know what I mean, in the crib. And I built a legit studio because I was, you know, the thing behind it is really business-minded how I did it. Because you spend all this money recording all day long in the studio, you know what I'm saying? And the label books out the studio. I'm talking about $1,500 a day it costs to rent this studio out with this engineer. You know what I'm saying? $1,500 a day, that's how much the label pays. I'm like, man, I'm about to just build this studio and get every single, you know, every single aspect, every single thing I use in the studio, I put it in my crib. And it was the best decision I made because when I made this album, because this is my best album for sure, like by far. And it was the best album because I took the time. I was able to wake up at 3 a.m., 9 a.m., 3 p.m. If I wasn't in the mood to record, I could just step away, chill, watch a movie, I'm at the crib. As opposed to when you book a studio, it's like, yo, from 3 p.m. to 12 a.m., you have to get something done because we spend the money. And that's just not how it works, you know, so.